So imagine waking up, rolling over to grab your phone off the nightstand, and seeing a notification that your bank account actually grew while you were fast asleep. I mean, it's the ultimate dream, right? We've all seen those flashy, perfectly filtered social media posts promising that you can pull this off with literally zero effort. Well, let's step out of the fantasy for a minute and into the real landscape of 2026. In this explainer, we're going to strip away all that fluff. Because the truth? True passive income is not some get-rich-quick scheme. And honestly, any fake internet guru telling you otherwise is probably just trying to sell you their overpriced course. Instead, we're going to dive into the pragmatic, proven methods to start building real wealth that eventually works for you completely independent of your time.
Okay, here is the foundational mindset you absolutely need moving forward. True passive income is built, not magically discovered. Think of it exactly like building a house. You gotta pour the foundation, frame the walls, and haul up that heavy roof before you can actually sit back and live in it comfortably. We are destroying the overnight millionaire myth right here, right now. By accepting that upfront effort is simply the entry fee, we establish a firm foundation of reality for the rest of our time together today.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for the explainer. 1. The passive income reality. 2. 4 realistic income engines. 3. The roadmap to launch. 4. The true timeline. And finally, number 5, the golden rules for success.
Section 1. The passive income reality. Demystifying the get-rich-quick myth.
Which brings us to Section 2. 4 realistic income engines. The actual vehicles we're going to use to build your wealth.
Right, so engine number 1 is the most traditional and arguably the most reliable. Investing. Just like a physical engine, you have to fuel it first. In this case, with capital. But once it's fueled by things like broad market index funds, dividend stocks, or real estate crowdfunding platforms like Fundrise, it demands almost zero of your physical effort or time. Historically, the S&P 500 returns around 10% annually on average over the long term. That means your money is just quietly working in the background, battling inflation and compounding over time, entirely without you having to lift a finger once that system is set up.
And this brilliantly illustrates what that looks like. If you invest 10 grand wisely in the assets we just talked about, realistically, it generates a few $100s a year. Now, is that enough to buy a private island? No, for sure not. But it is a few $100s you did absolutely nothing to earn. That is the true power of scale. It is a consistent, reliable mechanism that protects your wealth and scales up infinitely as you add more capital to your principal balance.
Moving on to our second engine, digital products. Now this is the literal definition of making something once and selling it forever. Think about digital printables, daily planners, insightful ebooks, specialized online courses, or even productivity templates for software like Notion. You host these on platforms like Etsy or Gumroad, and the internet just handles the distribution for you. Because the overhead cost is incredibly low. I mean, you aren't holding physical inventory or paying a single dime for shipping. This is absolutely one of the best, most beginner-friendly options to start generating cash flow. You can build a product over a focused weekend, and they can literally keep selling while you are on a beach vacation an entire year later.
Engine 3 is content creation. This involves building an audience through YouTube videos, highly searched blog posts, or a deeply engaged email newsletter. Now, the secret sauce here is evergreen content. When you create a video or an article that answers a fundamental question or solves a persistent problem, people are going to keep searching for it year after year. That means your content just keeps earning ad revenue, generating affiliate income, and pulling in sponsorships long after you initially hit the publish button. You're basically building digital real estate that works for you 24/7.
Finally, we have Engine 4, automated businesses. These are modern e-commerce models like print-on-demand merchandise, highly targeted affiliate marketing websites, and dropshipping. Now the key word here is automated, but let me be clear, the initial setup is anything but. You're going to spend your upfront time meticulously integrating systems, dialing in software, and optimizing the marketing funnels. But once it's properly established, the business processes, transactions, and fulfills customer orders completely smoothly right in the background.
Section 3. The roadmap to launch. How to actually get started.
All right, here are the 4 chronological steps you must follow to launch successfully. Number 1, build an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of living expenses. I know, it sounds like tough love, but you simply cannot build a business or invest wisely if you are stressed out about next month's rent. Financial security gives you the mental bandwidth to take calculated risks. Number 2, pick one method. Just one. Please do not scatter your focus across YouTube, real estate, and dropshipping all by next Tuesday. Number 3, start small.
Make your first $100 investment or list your very first $5 digital planner. Just chase a small win. And number 4, be relentlessly consistent.
Next up is Section 4, the true timeline. When will you actually see the money?
Let's move to and see how this builds across a realistic timeline. In your first 3 to 6 months, you are navigating a really steep learning curve. This is when you'll see your first small earnings, maybe a $2 affiliate commission or a single $10 course sale. It feels tiny, but it proves the concept actually works. Pushing into the 1 to 2 year mark, your consistency really starts to significantly compound. It is highly possible to see $500 to $2,000 or more per month as your digital presence grows or your investments start to snowball. And at the 3+ years mark, that is when the heavy lifting pays off and you can achieve truly life-changing passive income. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Finally, Section 5, Golden Rules for Success. These are the guardrails to protect your income.
Here are your 5 non-negotiable guardrails. First, remind yourself daily that heavy upfront work is absolutely required. Second, reinvest your early profits right back into the engine to grow it exponentially faster. Actually, scratch that. Don't spend your first $100 on a fancy dinner out. Spend it on better software. Third, always set aside money for taxes. The tax authorities do not care that it's quote-unquote passive income. They will always come collecting, and forgetting this ruins so many beginners. Fourth, once your first stream is stable, diversify into a second stream so you aren't reliant on just one single source. And lastly, above all else, focus on solving real problems for people. The more genuine value you provide, the more money will naturally follow.
We've covered the reality, the engines, the roadmap, the timeline, and the rules. Small, consistent actions taken today will undoubtedly compound into massive results over the next few years. So the only real question left is this. While everyone else is just dreaming of overnight wealth, which actual engine are you going to start building today? Make a decision and let's get to work.